Welcome to block 1 of the Crazy Patch block of the month from the Quilt Company. Technique number 1 is couching. What you're going to need for this session are the fabrics that were included in your fabric kit and the floss. You need to provide your own top stitching thread. I prefer to use a Madeira rayon or decorative thread because it's going to show. You'll need a regular thread in your bobbin. It's also nice to have some kind of a stiffening agent, a spray sizing, spray starch, or my preference is the Mary Ellen's Best Press, in order to stiffen your fabric slightly so that it makes it easier to work with. You're going to need a washable marker or some kind of a fabric marker to draw an initial line for the straight stitching technique, and an add-a-quarter ruler will come in handy when we cut our blocks out from the prepared fabric. Due to time limitations that are imposed by YouTube, your couching instructions have been provided in a separate video. Once you've completed your couching and you're ready to construct your blocks, you will need to cut your freezer paper template apart on the solid lines. There is a dotted line on your paper pattern that indicates the finished size of the block. We will still be adding 1/4 inch seam allowance to all sides of the block, so that when we construct the block, it will be a little large. At that point, we will trim it to the finished size. This view shows the fabric arrangement that I've selected for my first 4 blocks. Notice that each of the squares was cut using the exact same set of templates. Only the fabric positioning has changed within the blocks. Also, each of the squares will contain 1 piece of couched fabric. Also, each square contains a fabric repeat. Your templates for this project number 1 through 6, and you have 5 fabrics to choose from. You can repeat any of the fabrics within the block, but each block will have at least 1 fabric repeat. Now I'm going to sew them back together again, beginning with the center square and attaching the piece numbered 2, the smallest piece. Once you've attached all the pieces, you might find that the outside edge of your block is a little wonky. That's not a problem, because when we're completely finished assembling them, each of these 4 blocks will be squared to measure 7 1/2 inches, including seam allowance. Once your blocks have been trimmed, set them aside until we've completed additional blocks throughout the program.